allows her to enter the true sight state after dealing the final hit from the mid-air attack string. The heavy attack is pretty insane as it allows Xiangli to turn into a phoenix, dealing damage to enemies while striking upwards, and can be cast whilst in mid-air. Xiangli's resonant skill has 2 casts, allowing her to deal fusion damage through more stunning animation and ending with a plunge attack down on the enemy. As you activate the resonant skill, it will also allow Xiangli to enter the true sight state. The final way of entering the true sight state would be through Xiangli's intro skill, which allows Xiangli to appear in mid-air and start dealing damage to enemies. Now it's great that there's quite a few ways Xiangli is able to enter true sight, as this is where her damage starts to really ramp up. Once Xiangli is in true sight, her basic attacks and heavy attacks will deal damage considered as resonant skill damage. So just like Jin Shi, she is a resonant skill damage scaler, and it will be what majority of her insane damage scales off. The core of Xiangli's kit will be the Forte circuit, and is where her damage takes another significant jump. The Forte gauge allows Xiangli to hold up to 4 stacks of Inflamement, with each bar on the gauge representing 1 stack. Xiangli obtains 1 stack of Inflamement for every basic attack and heavy attack within true sight, and can obtain all 4 stacks at once through the Resonant Liberation. Once Xiangli has reached max stacks on the Forte gauge, she can then cast a heavy attack Flaming Sacrifice, which deals damage considered as resonant skill damage and allows Xiangli to enter her final state, being the Fiery Feather state. Once Xiangli is in the Fiery Feather state, her attack is increased by 25% for 10 seconds, which allows Xiangli to deal some insane damage. The Forte circuit also has an amazing feature allowing Xiangli to change her appearance for each stack of Inflamement. Stack 1, a small flame arc will appear in front of Xiangli. Stack 2, the flame will remain and Xiangli's coat starts to burn up from how hot she is. Stack 3, the coat is burned right off, and Stack 4, she decides to cosplay Gojo. So Kura Games really popped off, with insane attention to detail in Xiangli's Forte circuit, allowing us to see multiple design variations of Xiangli. Xiangli also has a few passives within her kit, enabling her to deal a lot more damage. Secret Strategist increases Xiangli's fusion damage by 5% for each stack of Inflamement when dealing basic or heavy attacks within True Sight, meaning you would be able to deal a total of 20% increased fusion damage through Xiangli's True Sight attacks. Sweeping Force additionally increases Xiangli's fusion damage by 20% and will ignore 15% of defense on enemies when using the Flaming Sacrifice heavy attack or Resonance Liberation. Essentially, this passive sets up the Fiery Feather state 10-second window to allow Xiangli to hit insanely hard, so she will be a very powerful damage dealer, clearly capable of taking up the main DPS position. Now the outro skill is what enables Xiangli to also play as a sub DPS, as it's the fusion version of Yinlin's outro skill. Xiangli provides an increase of 20% in fusion damage and increases Resonance Liberation damage by 25% for the next resonator switching in. So this outro skill provides Xiangli with a lot more longevity in the game. So when there are much better fusion main DPS characters to run, Xiangli will still be a very valuable character, being a strong sub DPS dealing great burst damage and can provide increased fusion damage and Resonance Liberation damage. Now Xiangli is very flexible when it comes to team building, synergizing with quite a lot of characters. The most popular team utilizing Xiangli as a quick swap burst sub DPS would be Xiangli alongside Encore and Verena. Encore will definitely take advantage of Xiangli's outro skill, increasing her fusion damage by 20%. However, Encore's Resonance Liberation scales on basic attack damage, so she wouldn't be able to fully utilize Xiangli's outro skill. Regardless, they will still synergize very well, and you would be able to quick swap Xiangli in to deal insane burst damage during her 10-second window within the Fiery Feather state, providing Encore with time for her abilities to cool down. Instead of Encore, Chixia would synergize very well with Xiangli too, being the only other fusion main DPS character and can fully utilize Xiangli's outro skill, especially since Chixia's Resonance Liberation is one of her stronger abilities, meaning the increase in Resonance Liberation damage would be very valuable for her. So I'm sure Chixia mains will definitely be looking forward to Xiangli's release. Now since Xiangli's outro skill is the fusion version of Yinlin's outro skill, means any character you would usually pair alongside Yinlin to utilize the Resonance Liberation damage bonus can also be paired up with Xiangli for the exact same reason. So characters such as Havoc Rover and Kulcharo would synergize with Xiangli very well, as they are able to deal a lot more damage with their Resonance Liberation, which is a massive source of their damage. So Xiangli can definitely be seen as a replacement for Yinlin if you don't have her. Xiangli as a main DPS will have a few strong sub DPS choices that synergize very well with her. The first would be the double Calcium Cannon team. consisting of Changli as the main DPS and Tao Chi as the sub DPS. Considering majority of Changli's damage scales from resonant skill damage, Tao Chi's outro skill will be insanely valuable for Changli, just as it is for Jin Chi, providing a huge 38% resonant skill damage bonus. Also, since Tao Chi's liberation is one of her more powerful abilities, she would benefit from Changli's liberation damage bonus too, allowing Tao Chi to quick swap in to deal a lot of damage with her liberation. Tao Chi can additionally provide shield to the team and heal herself, meaning if you wanted to, you could even swap out Verena for Tao Chi instead and have another sub DPS character, which may not be the best choice overall for Changli, but for the sake of having fun and experimenting, it's something you could try. Another powerful and spicy synergy would be Changli with Yinlin. Both Changli and Yinlin will be able to provide a liberation damage bonus to each other, allowing you to drop one nuclear liberation after another. Also, Yinlin will deal electro-coordinated attacks through the punishment mark when Changli is on the field for 18 seconds, meaning you would cleave through enemies a lot quicker. So these two will have great potential in dealing insane burst damage whenever they switch on the field, and Changli will have a bit more field time dealing damage paired with Yinlin's coordinated attacks. Mortefi would synergize with Changli too, as he would utilize the increased fusion damage bonus from her outro skill and can also deal fusion coordinated attacks through his liberation. However, Mortefi's outro skill wouldn't be that valuable for Changli since she wouldn't benefit from increased heavy attack damage. So that would be something to consider when pairing these two together, as Mortefi would benefit more than Changli. Changli is going to be one of those characters just like Yinlin, where you can slot her into many different team compositions. So she would have quite a longevity since her kit provides her with the freedom to synergize with many characters, and she would only increase in value as more fusion DPS characters release in the future. Moving on to Changli's echo builds now. Changli's best in slot set will be the 5-piece Molten Rift set,